Okay, we got semi-pro versus Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
This is too easy.
Fine, man. Who cares,
This is
man?
too easy.
Sometimes we need an easy one too.
Yeah.
Well, here's a hard one. Number 14 seed Step Brothers versus the number 11 seed Anchorman.
Oh. All right. Okay, let's say this is my argument.
Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Get dumb and have some fun.
Welcome to Let's Get Dumb, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallon, and comedian Jonah Jurkens, like to ask dumb questions, tell dumb stories, make dumb lists, and just have a dumb old time with you. Jonah, how are you, dude?
I'm all right.
You're all right? You
Yeah,
should
good.
be walking on goddamn air.
Why is that?
We're going to praise you after we thank the listeners
Uh-huh.
because you had yourself a really big weekend.
I had a big weekend.
But let's thank the listeners first.
Dude, let's thank the listeners.
Let's thank the fuck out of these goddamn listeners.
For the love of God, can we get to it?
Can we give Austin a shout out too? What's
No,
up,
I don't
Austin?
wanna-
Hey,
Shut
hi,
the
Joe.
fuck up, Austin. Right? Every time.
No,
with this.
seriously, Austin, thank you. How are you?
We appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, good. I'm all
Shut
right.
the fuck up!
Oh.
All right, great. We want to thank everyone who subscribes to the YouTube channel, follows us on Instagram, TikTok. Is there a third one? No, those three are the main ones. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we're on all of it. Apple,
We on
Spotify.
Threads?
Are we on Threads? No, we're
No.
not on
Real
Threads.
threads.
Should probably thread that needle on that one.
Should we get on Facebook too? Maybe.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody. We really appreciate you. Jonah and I I can't talk,
Yeah.
are toying with the idea of doing a live show.
Yeah.
So keep your ears to the grindstone, kids.
Mhm.
It's going to happen. It'll
Mhm.
be in Chicago.
It would be sick to do a bracket live.
A bracket
Like
live would
bring
be fun.
a big poster board and people generally like, no! Like, people
Yeah.
Screaming
pissed.
Price is Right style at us.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot,
might be
actually.
fun.
It would be fun too if we could get that like on a screen while it happens.
Yeah, well, I was
You know what I
also
mean?
saying just like a poster board so like people can,
Oh yeah.
you can move it around. I don't know, a screen's fine.
Yeah.
You mean like a dry erase board?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I like animations, so let's have you work on that, Austin.
Yeah, get to work.
Mhm.
Thank you. You're doing a
Do
great
you know how
job.
to code yet? Are you a coder?
No.
You look like a coder.
I did take a class on coding
Oh, okay.
in high school, yeah.
Nice.
Jonah had a wonderful
I took
weekend.
a high school class on typing. That's how old I am.
That's how my parents met.
Oh,
Typing
really?
Class. Yep.
I actually took a high school class on Photoshop. But I think it was like version 1.
I don't like how both of you were saying I took a high school class as if it was like something you chose to do in your spare time. Like you were in high school.
Yeah, but
in
you had
high
you
school
had
you had a class.
But you had electives, and you had to choose your electives.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. That's
What
fair.
did you do?
What my elective was
Putting nerds in toilets?
no.
It feels like that's what
That's
you
not
did.
an elective.
Yeah, that's just a way of
hobby.
being.
That's
It's
a
just
passion.
being awesome 24/7, 365.
Uh-huh.
I took History of Chicago was the class.
What?
One of
That's the
my
most
electives.
obvious Chicago elective I've ever heard
was
in
a-
my life.
Dope class.
I bet.
It's when I first really learned about real estate too, even because it was our assistant principal taught the class, and he screwed up. He blacked out one part but didn't black out another. But he was showing us like property tax in the city of Chicago. He owned a 3-flat right by Wrigley Field, like 3 buildings over off of Kenmore and Waveland Avenue. And he showed us in 1979 he bought that 3-flat for $65,000.
Really?
Yes, and in 2004 it was appraised for $2.4 million.
Whoa.
That's a great return on investment. I don't even know what it's worth right now. Probably like $3 million. Actually, property value hasn't increased that much since 2004. It went down actually in 2008, 2009.
Right.
And came
I
back
bet
up.
I bet you it's a lot higher than you think, for sure.
I'd have to look. Last year I used to fuck around.
I'd
and
have to
at-
look? You
Well,
look-
I used to fuck around and look on like, Redfin and Zillow to see like what do buildings cost. in
Yeah,
certain
the
areas.
first time you came to, I moved. I finally like figured out how to buy a place.
Yeah.
AKA my family died, and then I was like, I invited you over, and then you walked in the door, and you're like, yeah, it looks like the pictures. And I was like, did you look me up in Zillow? You go, I did, my man. And I was like, great, now you know how much I paid for this place.
Well, I was curious. You
Yeah.
gave me the address. It's easy to look up. You just
Do you
look at
always, is
the
that
last
is that
3
a
months of-
normal? That's what I do.
When anyone tells me they bought a house,
Really?
I ask where. Well, because I want
think I
mainly
do
because I want to
too.
look at the pictures.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm trying to like pimp or peep to see how much money people.
Yeah,
have.
but you want to know a little bit.
Oh, you're a little curious.
Yeah, I do
You know
too.
what I mean?
Right. You know what I always do is I always look up the net worths of like our friends. Like our friends that have made it. I always look
got
up their
you.
net worth every
Someone
time.
told me those are always pretty wrong though.
They are, but like
Yeah.
you can kind of get a general sense of where it's at. And I'm always like, God damn. Or I'm always like, I thought it'd be more. You know what I mean?
Type in Austin, see if I have a net worth listed.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I doubt it.
If you
never know.
if you Google Joe Kilgallon, it's just gonna say, did you mean his Facebook page? And there's gonna be nothing else on there.
No, it's just your Laugh Factory page or YouTube channel, Kilgallon.com. Found him on Punch Up, home blog, Life and Death, stand up special. Check it out on YouTube. 57,000 views.
Okay.
Right. You all right? You mad about
No,
this?
I thought maybe I
Had money that you didn't know about?
just thought maybe I was, making a name for myself, and
I'm surprised they didn't go Joe
Okay.
Kilgallon net worth, and then it just went straight to like a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
I
I thought it'd be the first red net worth negative. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I thought I was gonna say. All right,
yeah.
well,
Where it was founded by you in like 2012, and you just keep like, we'll give it another week.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just keep
I'll-
extending the campaign.
Like I'll just keep going there.
Joe keeps putting money into like Facebook ads for it.
Yeah.
So he's actually losing money on it.
I always get I don't know why, but I get kind of mad at the people that like, I want to raise X amount of money, and they raise like 4 times it, but they just keep.
I know.
There's got to be like,
Ever have it where it's someone where you're like, they're not that great.
They're not that great.
Who's doing all this?
and also like cut it off. Like I get you want the money, but like I was like, I only need 20 grand for this operation, but I just got $100,000. So like I've got a new car, I got this, and it's kind of like, no, you can't. Can you do that? I guess you can. Obviously, you can do it.
Yes, I don't know. There does seem a little unethical to some degree.
A
I
little bit,
suppose.
right?
It's like those funeral ones where it's like, hey, we can't pay for this guy's funeral. We need 3,000. And they get like 12,000.
Mhm.
And then it's like,
Yeah, you should give it
Yeah.
back
where
a
did
little
that
bit.
go? There's no way you spend 12 grand on a funeral, right?
Right.
Catered a hell of a funeral, though, huh? Some
Yeah,
good
but it
food
was a
for
sick
that.
ass funeral.
hmm
Yeah, delicious. See a dead body, have some cold cuts. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
You know, they get one of the big foot long subs everyone just cuts into.
Yeah. I like the idea. Yeah. I like the idea you've seen a dead body and be like, I'm hungry. Like,
I picture Joe at the casket just smacking a sandwich. Like,
yeah.
I got
he
crumbs.
looks pretty good.
Yeah. What's the property tax around here?
What
We got- we got- yeah, we got
Give
here.
me the address.
Where do you live? What's your address? Hold on a second. Let me. You're looking up your phone. Yeah, your phone.
He's got a notebook.
And then you're just like, no fucking napkins. You don't got any fucking napkins around here. Just getting mad about something.
I got crumbs on my dad.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody loves mayonnaise. Fucking put mayonnaise on it. Why do I got to put it on myself?
You know, it's funny. You chose like the one thing I don't like. I don't like mayonnaise.
You don't like mayonnaise?
No.
Mustard? What do you
Mustard I like, yeah.
Okay, okay.
But I didn't get into mustard until like 10 years ago. I
Really?
hated mustard for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It took you a while to cut that mustard, huh?
I just wasn't the biggest mustard fan when I was a kid. And then I had spicy mustard on something. I'm like, ooh, see, I like good mustard.
Mhm.
A little Dijon.
Are you
stuff
big?
like
Are
that.
you okay? Dijon,
Yeah.
spicy.
Mhm.
What else we got here? You like beer mustard?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just a brown
Horseradish mustard?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it all now.
I love it. I love it. I mean, you know this. Like, you look inside the fridge. There's a lot of different mustards in there.
Yeah,
Sweet and spicy. It's great.
big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Mhm.
It's delicious.
I always try whenever I go on vacation somewhere. I try to go to like a local shop and buy a local mustard.
That's nice. I don't know what to say to that.
That's
lovely.
I always do. I go to a
Good guy.
I go to a grocery store and I'm always like, where's the local shit? And then I just get like a local ketchup and I'm like, it just tastes like it.
But you know what I hate, and I feel like we've talked about this on this podcast before. I hate when I go to a restaurant and they go, "We have ketchup made in house,"
Yeah, you hate that.
because it's awful.
Yeah.
Heinz won, baby. They
You did.
won.
Right.
Accept it and move on.
Right.
Because every time they say, I'm done being nice. The next time a server or whoever goes, we actually have our own ketchup, I'm going to be like, no, stop it.
You said-
Please. I know this isn't you. Between us, I'm not going to tell your boss. You
better
hate
than
this shit.
Yeah.
Right? And let me guess, the boss's wife decided this,
Mm-hmm.
right? No offense. I'm not sexist on many things, but I feel like this
Right.
was, her way of contributing to the menu.
And then they're like, yeah, and she's a bitch. And you rip off your beard and you're like, I am the boss.
Because
Like
a
you're doing
woman,
like
a
an
true
undercover
woman boss would know this is a dumb idea.
A woman boss.
A true woman boss.
Right.
Like a
Like a bad
woman-owned
bitch.
bar would never do that, or a woman-owned restaurant would never do that.
Right.
It's a guy who someone got in his ear and said, you got to do this.
Right. Like a cousin. It's
Someone.
like, I'm coming to my own ketchup business.
Yeah, because they want
cat
to
stuff.
help.
Okay.
They go, you know what you could do? Do a little homemade ketchup. And they'll be like,
Mhm.
really? Are you sure? Yeah,
Yeah.
people love that. No, they don't.
Yeah.
They really don't.
It's healthier, less preservatives. But
Are you making a case for house-made ketchup? Do you like
No,
house-made
I'm saying like
ketchup?
I'm pitching you. I'm the cousin. I'm pitching you, right?
Don't pitch me.
Okay. Pinch you or pinch you? Okay.
Don't ever do that again. either.
Don't
That
stare
was
me down
awful.
like this.
That
Are
was
we fighting?
horrible.
Are we gonna fight in the podcast finally?
We're not going to
Fist
fight today. I'm just mad at Austin for not chiming in. I feel like you'd have thoughts about ketchup, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting to say I agree with you
All right, man.
100%.
Hey, look at me, dude. If ever you have to agree with me, you can interrupt.
Okay, I will.
All right?
I'll
Don't
make a-
hesitate to agree with me.
Okay, I will. I promise.
I am the opposite on ranch though. I love when I find out a restaurant has a good homemade ranch.
Like Chili's Ranch or whatever?
Sure,
Oh
that's an
my
example.
God.
It's a little too runny.
No,
Chili's is a little
that's why
too runny.
It's good, Jonah. You can put it on
Surprised it's not
sandwiches.
No, I want it to be.
Salty.
I want it to like stick. I don't want it to drip. I want it to
Fat
stick.
Ranch?
Give me that
You
sticky
like
shit.
Fat Boy Ranch?
Sure. Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Sure. Buttermilk. Yes.
Joe, I disagree with him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, you don't get to snap, Jonah.
That's
Can't do the other hand.
Kind of my thing.
I can't do the other hand.
You know, I do the snap because I used to do my own podcast. I would snap so I knew how to edit.
Just thinking, yeah,
Just
that's
like-
smart.
Sinking.
Hey.
So I go, welcome to Let's Get Dumb. Everybody, if I'm a little slow today, it's because I've been what I have? I had a gummy. I had 10 milligram THC can. The one you had was a little baby one, but it
a little
hit the
baby
spot
one.
nice. So
Oh, so you're high right now.
I've had a steady high going pretty much all day.
I did notice
A
that
functional high.
when you get a little high, you get a little starey.
Did I stare too much?
Yeah, you're just kind of like, I'm going to fixate on a wall for a little bit. And then you kind of move, and then you kind of like fixate on something else. And then you look at me and you go, fuck you.
That
and,
sounds
then you
awesome.
look at, and then you look at something else.
That sounds really cool when I'm high.
Are you like a fixator when you're high?
Like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, you are.
Okay. Well, no,
Okay.
you're saying that because I was staring into your room that had all the DVDs and stuff. But I was just looking in that direction anyway.
Sure.
Because then you started asking me questions about what you thought I was looking at.
I'm talking more about like when we sat down in these chairs to start the podcast, and I was like, where is Joe right now?
I was staring at my
You
phone.
got your head in your clouds, baby.
My head in the clouds.
Head in the
In
clouds.
your clouds?
I said in your clouds, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought it sounded weird.
Yeah.
Listen, I get things wrong a lot, okay?
Is it because we have a guest that we feel like
We do have a
we're trying
guest
to
here.
be funnier than we normally are?
I feel like there's a little more pressure on it.
Yeah,
we
there's
have
some
we have an
pressure.
audience today.
There's an audience.
I think you guys are crushing. You guys got 3 clips so far.
Really?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
We have
inside
this
baseball.
Mr. Guest.
Austin, you want to explain why we have a special guest in the studio today?
Yeah, we have. Well, I don't know why, but we have someone.
What do you mean? You literally told us, idiots.
No, we have someone shadowing, seeing how the podcast is, I guess, ran. I
See how
mean,
the-
how to kind of do it or what
See how the
flow
ketchup is made?
Yeah, it's really kind of easy. You just need the equipment, really, and then you just need to hit a button. Really, it's just.
All right, cool. Go
Yeah.
home. You got the gist
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding with you.
No, to
Kidding.
me,
Yeah.
it's learning the cadence. Like, especially of Joe and Jonah, it was very hard
Yeah.
because every episode for a while was changing a lot. So like, Jonah would interrupt like every fucking sentence, so it's hard to know when to switch. And then Joe would then leave, so
Yeah.
I'd have to figure out what to do. But now it's like we got our rhythm
Yeah,
down.
we got a rhythm down.
pretty
I've
well.
only left twice.
I know, but
once for real. Once I just kind of got up and walked around.
Usually-
Once for fun.
Once-
Once for
Sometimes
fun.
you'd leave to go pee, and you could hear the pee in the podcast.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know what I want in my ears?
like-
The sound of pee.
I love that.
When I'm walking on a nice brisk walk, listening to the J&J connection.
It's funny
Welcome,
when Jonah
listeners.
gets upset. Jonah gets upset very rarely,
Uh-huh.
and it's funny.
And you know it's real.
yeah, you know it's real.
When have you gotten upset on the podcast?
I get upset when you go to the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, because like you're on go to the bathroom before. Be professional. What are you doing?
What do you do? Piss down my leg middle of the podcast?
What I
In
just
your
said,
home?
go to the bathroom before.
Well, sometimes you don't have to go before, and then it hits you 20 minutes later. Do you not have a normal body?
20 minutes later, then you have 40 minutes of hold time. You're good to go.
I cannot hold for 40 minutes.
Is that
I
because you got
refuse to.
snipped?
No. He's referring to the vasectomy, everybody.
Yeah.
No, I've never been able to hold for 40 minutes.
Never?
I mean, I'm sure I have at certain points in my life, but it's not good
So
to hold
when
it.
you're
So
having
why
sex
do-
with somebody and you have to go to the bathroom, you just pee in their vagina?
Who the fuck has to pee while they're having sex, my
I'm
man?
just wondering.
I have.
You've had to pee during the middle of sex.
Yeah.
And you've had to stop sex to go piss.
Yeah, I'd say twice.
That's weird to me, man.
I will
Yeah,
say.
well, I think maybe I wasn't as into her as I thought.
That could be it.
right.
That was probably a telltale. So if you have to pee during sex, you're not into it. Your head's not there.
Could we get a female perspective on this? Have you had to pee during sex?
You just hold
Yeah,
it.
just hold it. Okay,
And you're supposed to
fair
pee after sex.
enough. Yeah.
No, you're supposed to
Otherwise
pee
they
during it
UTIs.
because it's squirting. But
Oh,
guys
God.
like that.
Do they?
Go ahead and talk about it. I'm
Okay.
setting you up.
I already know he's going to ask me my opinion before he gives his
What's
own.
your opinion on this?
No, why don't you give your own? Why don't you fucking lead off?
Oh, you know me so well. What's your opinion on this, dickhead?
I'm cool with it.
You cool with it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to get fucking, I don't know, blinded in the eye by it.
You blinded, yeah,
you know.
blinded by the eye.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah.
But isn't it like something weird like 8% of women do it or something like that? Some insanely small number.
Mm-hmm. How many times have you experienced that?
My children might listen to this one day, so I'm trying to keep some things a secret.
You think
join the Patreon, everyone? I'll tell you.
Isn't that
Isn't that a good way to get people to join the
DM me with
Patreon?
$5 and I'll tell you.
That is a very interesting thing that like usually it's like, oh, Grandpa Joe was in the war and here's his photos, and it's like Grandpa Joe had a podcast. Let's go listen to it. That's
I know,
crazy.
and be fucking mortified.
Right.
There's like thousands of hours of me speaking into a microphone.
I know.
Without script, just saying dumb shit.
Right. Good news is not a lot of people have heard that, so that's gonna
That
be
is nice.
that's good. That's good. It didn't have really far reach.
I know,
which is good.
There's
One day,
only tens of people who are going to be like, "What the fuck?"
It would be funny if you ever make it, because you've been podcasting for such a long time. If you ever make it, no one's gonna be like,
"You mean when
I'm
I make
searching-
it?"
Yeah, when you make it. I said
Thank
that.
you.
When you make it.
There you go, Joe.
Did I not say it that way?
You said, "If I ever make it."
Okay,
it's
when
very
you
wordy.
make it. When you make it, no, everyone's gonna be like, I want to get him on something, but I ain't coming through that much shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God, I'm sure I've said a million dumb things.
Yeah.
I don't think anything too offensive. If you're, well,
Do you think you think it's more likely for you to get canceled on something you said or something you did?
like, what do you mean, like, did
Just
on
in
the
general.
podcast?
No, just
Oh,
did
like,
in general.
like separate
yeah.
things. Oh, did for sure.
Did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't really say anything too bad. There was one night I had
You don't.
drunk in like 2012. That was, and the guy filming me was trying to get me to say bad shit.
Okay.
And he was like, "What do you think about this comedian?" And they were all friends of mine. So I was like, "What do you think about?" They were friends, so obviously I was saying bad things because they're my friends, and he was filming, so I was trying to be funny. But I was really drunk.
Mhm.
Then he goes, "What do you think about Jewish people?" And I'm like, "I love Jewish people," but you could tell he was trying to think I would say something bad
Right.
because I was in the mode of saying bad shit.
Yeah.
Can't fool me.
My problem is I yes and too much. I've just got instinctively. So I just did a podcast, not another Latino podcast, and I mean, he's a great podcaster. He's a really nice guy, but he definitely was kind of saying some things to kind of push the limits, I think, to get a clip. And I just kind of instinctively was yes-anding. And then I looked at the camera and I was like, fuck. Like, it's one of those, like, I know it wasn't bad, but it's one of those, like, I'll yes and my way into a cancellation.
Yeah,
Where
totally.
all I'm doing is just being like, I was just supporting what they said. Like, I'm trying to make them feel good.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. Like, I used to cheat a lot on my girlfriend, not my girlfriend now, but like when I was younger, because I couldn't say no, because I had to yes and them. You know what I mean? Like, where they're trying to make out with me, and I'm like, well, I have to yes and this. Like, it's all the improv.
You're a little slut.
Blame the improv.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sluts at improv.
So you're gonna get canceled on that one.
I was thinking more like male sluts because I was looking at you thinking like you're always yes-anding people.
Okay.
Yeah. Sluts is not a negative, by the way.
It's not.
No, that word's been owned back.
Yeah.
There's no slut shaming, just slut praising.
Okay. That's
that what
good
it is?
because you are my little.
We're slut positive.
You're my
on
little
this.
slut.
Your little slut
You
scheme.
little slut.
No, man. I think if I were to get canceled for anything, it would be my actions for sure.
Yeah.
Not anymore though, because I'm the road to recovery.
Mm-hmm.
29 days sober.
29 days, 30 days and 20 minutes at the time of this recording. How do you feel? How's your
Technically, it would
journey?
have been 3 a.m. Would be 30 days exactly.
Oh,
I remember when my
there was
last
a bit of an
drink was.
incident, huh?
There's always an incident when you quit drinking,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's why I used to joke with people that no one's sober anniversary is January 1st.
Right.
Because you can't just be like, you're not a true alcoholic if you could just pick January 1st of all days to be like, I'm done.
I can tell you
Unless
that
December 31st was really bad.
I've experienced people's December 31st where I'm like, they are definitely going to take that tomorrow.
Well, they might do
don't
a
drink.
few weeks off or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like you couldn't be like on December 9th. You know what? Starting in the new year, I'm done drinking forever. Like that's not a real. It's because it's usually sober anniversaries are like February 9th because shit went down on February 8th.
Right.
Like, some things got sad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually the case. But no, like thankfully with my bouts with rage, only one event happened at a comedy club, and I wasn't even served at that club.
Uh-huh.
I got a little punishment for it. Little makes it sound like I'm just missing it. I'm not. It was totally deserved. But thankfully, any other thing has happened outside of work hours.
Mm-hmm. So you can only get canceled on work hours.
Well, I feel like
all actions are fine as long as you're not clocked in, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that, but like,
So that was Harvey Weinstein's problem, is he was working during it.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So he should have just clocked out.
company's dime,
He should have clocked out.
but he's the boss.
He's the boss.
No, what I meant by that is just like if I get into a bar fight
Uh-huh.
8 miles from a comedy club not against other comedians,
Right.
why would they cancel me for that? Is my point.
Okay.
'Cause, you know what I mean? It has
Right.
nothing to do with my job.
True.
By the way, rape is always against the law, regardless of the clock. Okay,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
like you made it.
I was
like,
gonna say, you took
you're
a
comparing me
leap
losing
there.
my temper at bars to a fucking rapist. That's a big fucking. That's a crazy comparison. It's like comparing $1 million to $1 billion. Like they're not even close.
They're kind of close if you think about it.
Not
like,
really. They're both money, but they're not even anywhere. $1 million is a million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years.
Why do you know that?
Because it's been going
It's a
around.
normal trivia thing.
This is a normal trivia thing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a bar.
Where have
trivia.
I been?
Because dumb people think 1 million is close to 1 billion, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's easier to get to 1 billion from 1 million than it is to get from 0 to 1 million.
probably.
Mhm.
That's just because how capitalism works.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's easier to get back from the moon than it is to get to the moon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you made it there.
Because
You moved
gravitational
away.
pull. Right.
Gravitational pull, true.
I made all that up. I don't know if any of that
No,
was true.
that part sounded real.
Oh, it did, right?
Yeah, I'm very proud of you actually for that.
It's kind of nice when you kind of hit something and you don't know if it's true or not, but someone's like, really? And you're like, I guess.
Because lately on the podcast, Austin could attest to this. You've been like 80% close to making a great point, and then you've just kind of
Just
given
lose
up.
it.
You've given up on your own a few times. You'll be
lot.
like this, and then all of a sudden I'm like, how's he going to land this plane? And then you don't even bother.
No.
You jump out of the plane.
No.
Put the parachute on.
No. Next thing you know, it's like me and my daughter are dead in a
Dude.
helicopter crash.
Jesus
You
Christ.
didn't even land that
couldn't-
joke.
Oh my
because
God.
I realized what I was
What the
saying.
fuck are you doing?
Listen, I realized what I was saying. I had a show today. My brain is kind of fried. What are we talking about? What are we doing here? Get off your phone.
Sorry.
Get off your goddamn phone again. Let's
I'm
play that.
April Fools.
We're gonna clip that, and then we're gonna play Colt
Colt
yelling
Cabana
at you. This is what I'm talking about. Why don't you go to the bathroom while you do that?
Should I go to the bathroom
No,
and be on my
he's gonna
phone?
No.
go do it, Jonah.
I'm sorry, man. I got some vibrations going, and I want to know what the
Well,
fuck
then
was
put your
happening in
phone
my
down.
pocket. I will.
Have you ever like had your phone vibrate like near your balls and it feel good?
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, if we ever put our phone.
No,
on
I heard what
vibrate
he
by our
said.
balls.
No, I heard what he said.
I don't like things vibrating on my balls. I'm
How
not.
deep are your pockets?
Well, sometimes it like if I'm sitting like this, it's sometimes the phone kind of goes towards it.
Uh huh.
I'm sure
Is
you
this
got-
why when you're sitting down like that, you go, "Hey, can you text me a lot right now for some reason?" And also look into my eyes while you text me. I was like, "What the
I can't
fuck
help
is
it you have
happening?"
Tiny balls. I just was. I thought I was asking a normal question.
Listen, nobody said you had tiny balls. I said you.
No, I'm
you had-
saying you have tiny balls, Jonah.
Why do I have tiny
Because
balls?
you're saying you can't even grasp what I'm saying. But Joe is easily grasping what I'm saying.
I get it.
Thank you.
Wait,
Joe.
so I have tiny balls because I can't grasp what people are saying?
Yeah, you're like, how does that happen?
I think I have above average balls, but not a big sack. I think that's my problem.
What?
In my life, I think I'd be more comfortable.
If you had,
I feel like
So you
my,
just-
my balls are just stuck in there. You know what I mean?
They're like stretching your
I
sack.
think you have a problem.
No, I think I need a bigger sack.
Oh my god, it's like a hermit crab.
I know.
Yeah, you gotta get a new shell.
I need a new shell.
Okay, first off, this is reminding me of something. I was very upset about this. Did I talk to you about the Jamal Mashburn thing?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. On the podcast?
Yeah, on the podcast. The
Yeah.
guy's balls with the khaki pants on.
Yeah, and I saw Jamal Mashburn, and then
So Jamal Mash balls.
yeah, I said Jamal Mashburn meet Jabal's mashed up, and I zoomed in on his balls, and I only got like a couple thousand looks on that one. Very upsetting. It was very funny.
Blame
But,
Instagram's
but when you
algorithm.
said that, it's funny because that reminded me of his balls. So I was like, I bet you he has the same problem. Maybe we should talk to that guy, and you guys could start like a group where you talk about how like you don't have big enough sacks.
Yeah.
You call it sack up.
You call it sack up?
Yeah, because sack up instead of hog squad, you could have a sack up. It's more of like a gentlemanly conversational.
Men should
forum
get together and talk about things like
about their
this.
sacks and stuff.
We don't have enough like meetings.
Yeah, but you're but you're also, you seem like a person that is very hard with their feelings.
Hard with my feelings?
Yeah, so I think you need that. You know what I mean?
You don't need to be in this group? You
No, because
No,
I'm
we're gonna group without
easy,
you.
comfortable. I'm comfortable
Austin,
talking about my feelings and stuff.
want to be in
and I
this
don't-
group?
Yeah, because I actually have balls big enough to be in this group.
Yeah.
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 He doesn't make the cut. But I just think dudes could get together and
wait,
talk
no,
about
no.
Our sadness.
No.
Just realized
What?
what happened.
No. You just said that you don't have big enough balls. You don't have a big enough
No,
sack
I
for your
have
balls.
big balls.
But he has big
I
balls.
would
No,
like a bigger
but if your
sack.
sack's not big enough, then your balls are gonna go in your stomach. So really, what
No,
you
my
have
balls are
is-
outside of my
no,
body, dude.
You have a nutty stomach. That's
No.
your problem.
No, I
is
don't.
He's
you got
making shit up to cope.
no.
He's trying to like
Joe's
come back
got,
at me. I was being honest and open.
Joe's
You know what I
got
mean?
nut gut. We all know that you got nut gut.
don't have
Okay,
nut gut,
and that's
man.
good. That's the name of the app, nut gut.
My balls are out and they're good.
No, I'm gonna start my own service. It's called Nut Gut, and then we just have like someone to kind of rub your stomach
It's a
until
good
you
thing.
finally descend your balls into your sack.
Bro, I've made 3 kids. My balls fucking work amazingly.
I'm not saying your balls don't work. I'm saying your balls.
If they were up in my stomach, they wouldn't be working.
What are you talking about? But you don't have a big enough sack for them to stay down there. So where would they go?
You're not
No,
understanding
I
the
don't
sack
s-
thing. It stretches the sack, Jonah.
I'm
No, I
saying I would
understand
like
what
my
that means.
sacks-
Flowed the other way.
I feel like my balls are like a big person who needs a bigger blanket. The blanket covers them all, but it would be nicer if the blanket was bigger.
Yeah, his
Okay.
toes are peeking through the blanket.
This it wasn't even a bragging thing. It was more like something I would like, the way like women with large breasts want them reduced because their back hurts. One of those things, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure your balls are wonderful, buddy. No one's
I
coming
think
down
they're
on your
fine.
balls.
I mean, I think they show well.
They show well.
They show well.
What the fuck does that mean? You go
They
to
show
like,
well.
like a
They
show
place?
pony? Or something?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think balls and dicks, they gotta show well. Sometimes you have a big dick and it doesn't show well.
Oh, like you're a shower versus a grower?
No, but like show well. Like it doesn't present well. Do you know what I mean?
Like a blue.
Like
If
you
you
have
were
a
a
huge
woman,
dick, but
would
it's just like doesn't show well. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it's gross looking.
Yeah, like when you
Hangs
look at
one
somebody
way,
like they're really
sag in
pretty,
the
but I'm
middle.
not attracted to them. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a big dick, but it's just like
You
it
have
doesn't
cute
show well.
balls? You have cute balls?
Huh?
Are you saying you have cute balls?
Yeah, I have cute balls.
Okay.
I have adorable balls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new low on the
The kind you just
podcast,
want to do
by
this
the way.
to. Boop. That's all you
Stop it.
want to
Do
do.
not-
That's kind of what you want to do to my balls. Hey, look,
This
this
is so
boop.
gross. Back up.
Let's do that.
Remember when you used to make the ball sound? You made it. What was the ball sound you did?
I don't know.
Like a tick 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 tick. Tick. Just a weird
Oh,
thing.
like a little hammer on the
Yeah,
ball?
I'm like, why are the balls being hammered?
Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
That was what it was.
So fucking goofy, man.
Beep, pop,
If
boop, pop,
you
pop.
were a lady, would you want a gentleman that was a shower or a grower? Or you would not care? I feel like we need female guests back on the podcast because we used to have fun questions for female guests.
We did.
Remember when we asked Krista Toomey if she had a dick, what kind of dick would she have? That was a
Right.
fun question.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think if I was a woman, I would want somebody
Should
that
clip that one.
I would want somebody that's like a shower. I don't need somebody that like look how far I've come. You know what I mean?
Well, I've heard
Not
women
cum. Say you know like
Yeah,
with my
well,
size.
that's the shooter.
Yeah.
But, like I've heard women say that they like a grower because it's kind of fun for them.
Okay.
to see
Like
the
look what
difference.
I
Yes.
accomplished.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Look what you raised.
Look what I oh nice. Okay.
not bad,
Oh,
right?
Look at that one. That's
I like
good.
that one
Yeah.
too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But then I guess it's probably more.
But then if you're like walking
Aesthetically,
around
yeah.
just swinging all over the place, I think
That's probably
you'd be
aesthetically
like,
cool.
oh. But then when I think it's one of those things like you forget how big your boyfriend's penis is until you're really looking at it. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of things.
We should really just get to the bracket.
I think we're onto something here.
I was gonna segue like 20 minutes ago to that bracket when we talked about Joe like crashing a funeral and eating deli sandwiches and stuff.
Well, it's
Oh,
interesting.
man.
Because
I was just gonna do that.
bracket.
I was just gonna do that.
We're doing a good bracket. Jonah has become the king of transitions, so I'm sure he would have landed that plane well and not crushed the helicopter. So
Well, kind of like Soul Plane. And you know what's interesting with Soul Plane is Kevin Hart's in Soul Plane. He's also in Get Hard, which is a movie that I think you and I both have not seen with Will Ferrell.
yes, we are doing a Will Ferrell bracket. This is coming out in April, but you know March Madness is still technically going on, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing another bracket. We've done a few of these. They've been a lot of fun. We're doing Will Ferrell movies. So Austin has got the 16. Why don't you just go over the criteria for the listeners?
So we were gonna do highest grossing movie, but there's actually not a sound list for that, and I didn't have enough time to like comb through all 80 of his movies. So I looked at the Rotten Tomato scores, and I took the top ones, but I also eliminated some that like clearly they haven't seen, like Stranger Than Fiction. I was like, that's not fun, but it was like number 5, so I took
Great
it out.
movie.
So these are like critic score, not audience scores, critic scores of Will Ferrell movies ranked.
Okay.
Okay, and
Oh, yeah.
I cherry picked some of the good ones, but if you ask me, I can give you the Rotten Tomato score because I have it pulled up.
What is your relationship with Will Ferrell? When did you first notice Will Ferrell? When did you first become like in your world?
Saturday Night Live, he was part of a new cast. They had one year where a lot of the veterans that had made the show and been stars left.
Mhm.
So he came in with like Sherry O'Terry, Molly Shannon, Chris Kattan. Trying to think who else. And Will Ferrell. Why are you laughing?
Because you're not answering my question at all. You're going really far on this one. Okay.
When did I first notice Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
SNL, when he came through with that new cast.
Yeah. That's like, when did I first notice him? It was March 6th, Tuesday. I woke up at 2 a.m. It was a weird day for me. Call back from a story from before. I had to walk my dog. I had to take my dog out for a walk, right? I had a friend's. It's, you know, all you had to say was this sketch or this movie.
I couldn't remember the sketch.
Oh, I see. You're
Is
searching
it the
for
Shed
it.
one?
And I thought the listeners would find it interesting when Will Ferrell came on to Saturday Night Live.
True.
So I shared that information with them.
Okay. Do you remember the sketch now?
I don't.
Mm.
I just
What
remember him being
was
in
the
that
first
cast.
movie you were like?
I'll tell you
oh,
the
that's Will
first
Ferrell.
sketch he did that made me cry with laughter was when Sarah Michelle Gellar plays his daughter. It's a dinner table scene. And he's like, I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Yeah.
It's like this family goes from being like real sweet to screaming at each other and then back to sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first movie you like saw him in? That you're like,
that I was like, oh, this is really funny. I want to say, as far as a starring role, it's definitely Old School.
okay.
That came out in 2003.
That was huge. That was, I think,
It was like
I think everybody forgets like how huge that was for his career.
Yes.
When you're like, who the fuck?
And that was a huge movie in general.
Huge
I felt
movie.
Like. Yeah.
And like, I mean, then it saved Vince Vaughn's career.
It revived
as well.
it, definitely.
Revived it.
Well,
Right.
it transitioned into comedy. He was doing those drama roles. Like
Yeah, 'cause he
Cell
wanted to
and
be
Jurassic
like-
Park.
Uh-huh.
Well, because he started with Swingers,
Clay
which is more of a
pigeons.
comedy.
Yeah.
And he was so good in that.
Yeah, that's Steven.
It's great in Swingers. And the other movies he's good in, but they just weren't the right scripts, or maybe he wasn't
Like Psycho.
cast
Psycho,
right.
Yeah.
You know? And then Made was really funny, but then from Made, that was like 2001, but then Old School kind of put him where then it was comedy after comedy after comedy.
Can we watch Made anymore? P. Diddy's in that.
Oh, damn, that's right.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got one of the best ending scenes ever where they're at the Chuck E. Cheese.
All right.
It's so good.
Forgot about that.
That is very funny.
Where
Yeah.
were you 20 minutes ago, pal? And like he's dancing. Yeah.
He like tips him, goes, get the hell out
Yeah,
of
you
here.
get the hell out. Yeah. Yeah. Really good.
For me, it was like Night at the Roxbury. I remember watching that and just constantly quoting. And I was like, Emilio. Like I would say that all day long. That movie was so funny to me.
That was a good one. I forgot
Right.
about that
You
one.
kind of forget he like pops up in certain movies.
Yeah,
because he was in Jay and
Silent.
Silent Bob Strike Back, and he's
He's
like,
also in Austin Powers.
he's also in Austin Powers. That's
That's one of the best bits in that whole
yeah,
franchise.
yeah. Do you remember him in Austin
No,
Powers?
what is he in Austin Powers?
That's when he like falls and he's like, I'm very hurt, but I'm alive. Like I'm freaking it
Yeah,
up.
and the guy
yeah.
won't help it. Yeah, he tries to kill him with a
He's-
chair, and
yeah.
then he's like, "I'm very badly burned.
Very badly burned. Oh my
someone's
god!
here to help me."
Yeah.
It's just all off screen.
Oh, he
stuff.
shot
Yeah.
me. I'm hurt. Yeah, and then you kind of like when you rewatch it, you're like, oh fuck yeah, Will Ferrell was that
Yeah, with
guy.
the
You
little
kind of
fez on.
I
forget.
forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of what bit parts, because every SNL actor that becomes a movie star starts with the bit parts in other SNL
Yeah.
movies, it feels like. 'Cause
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
the first time I noticed Chris Farley was in Wayne's World 1,
Right. I
where
thought you were gonna say Coneheads.
Coneheads 2, he plays
Yeah.
the boyfriend that picks her up for the prom or
Yeah.
something, right? But Wayne's World 1, I remember Wayne's looking for like some record producer, and then he's the security
Yeah,
guard. He
yeah.
goes, first he's going to take a left through Milwaukee, come right back down to
Yeah.
Chicago, all this. He's like, cool, thanks, man. He's like, anytime. He's like, God, that security guard had a lot of information,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
And he pops up in the second one too.
Yeah, where he plays like one of their, roadie type guys.
Yeah, I just remember the scene with where he's like trying to like not get hit by the tennis balls.
Yeah,
And like pick up everything.
that was really funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally. I love that. I got to rewatch those.
I know.
God, those were such good movies.
They're good.
All right, hit us with the first round there, Austin.
All right, the number one seed, which also I think might be his number one or number two profit wise, is the Lego Movie. He plays President Business, the main
Oh.
villain in it. And then with the number 16th seed, Night at the Roxbury.
Well, we know my answer on this one.
Night at the
Night
Roxbury.
at the Roxbury. That is
You know what? Lego Movie is fucking amazing. It's a
really
great
good.
movie, but it's hard to think of it as a Will Ferrell vehicle.
because it's just his voice.
It's just his voice.
Well,
Right.
he's in it. He's like live action.
Is he live action?
Yeah, he's the
Right.
dad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
that's
yeah.
right.
It's a
yeah.
good twist. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like heartfelt. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he's mainly.
I feel like he just does that same role in Barbie though, in a way.
Yeah, we'll get to that too.
Okay.
It's literally the same thing almost.
I think but you know what's funny about Night at the Roxbury is he's so young. He just doesn't. I just don't think of that as a Will Ferrell because he's so. You don't look at him and
So
like
you
that's
going
the
Lego
Will Ferrell
movie now,
No, I'm
then?
gonna go Night at the Roxbury.
All right,
But
well,
it-
I'll go with him. We're gonna have a big, huge upset. 16 taking on a 1.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, Night at the Roxbury has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
that makes the most amount of sense ever. That
Sure.
means that I think Corky Romano had a higher score than.
Yeah, it's the second lowest one for him.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, the
Should
no-
buy a boat.
all right. I think you guys have seen this, but it's worth saying. We have number 8 seed Blades of Glory
Yes.
Mhm.
and the number 9 seed Spirited, like his newest Christmas movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I enjoyed that movie.
I
Did
did
you
not
see Spirited?
I didn't see
It was fine. It's like this is like the era where like Ryan Reynolds is a big dick now, but like where it's just Ryan Reynolds in a movie.
Singing shit.
Yeah,
It's
where
a
it's like
musical Scrooge movie.
yeah, once he's just like this is a look I have and now I'm in every single movie. It's like the Rock now. Like the Rock's always the Rock in a movie, except for maybe what's coming up soon. But it's a fun watch. It's a play on the Christmas Carol.
I still
Right?
have to imagine you're gonna agree with me and say Blades of Glory though. Or do you like Spirited better than Blades of Glory?
You know why? I mean, I'm sorry to mention Kanye, but like I like Blades of Glory because I like
that song?
Yeah.
Which we can't say the name of the song.
Right.
I know. It's like we're gonna skate from one
Why
song
can't we
to
say
one
it?
song only. Gets the people going.
Why can't we say it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Nice try. Nice
Nice
try, Diddy. Nice try.
Did he?
Good reference.
Did I just do it?
Good reference. Okay, so we're going with the number 8 seed, Blaze of Glory. That seemed pretty right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Spirit is pretty good though.
All right, we got the number 4 seed, The Other Guys, versus the number 13 seed, Old School.
Oh
fuck
no.
off. That should be the finals. That pisses me off that that's a first round.
Yeah, but
choice.
I mean, like,
really low Rotten Tomato for some reason.
Why is Old School so low on Rotten Tomatoes?
I guess
What is wrong with these fucking dorks?
Okay.
I hate Rotten
Let's
Tomatoes.
clear. What do you
sometimes. I really
quote more?
do. And by the way, I hate people who go to Rotten Tomatoes where it's like form your own opinion, talk to some friends. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
So you're telling me that of the 648
Film critics?
no, of the 648 whatever you have up on your phone right now, not one of them is Rotten Tomatoes?
Tabs.
No. 499
What's that?
tabs?
It's tabs.
Tabs, thank you. That's the word I was looking
No,
for.
none of them are Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? Not one.
Yes, Not one.
Old School has a
I
60%.
never go to Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this.
Old School's
School.
what?
That's a
60%?
60%. That's not too bad.
Oh, that's actually not too bad. I thought you
Old
were
School revived his career. Not revived his career, but like kind of made him mainstream.
Yes,
Right?
it did.
He's the most quotable part of that movie.
Feels
One
so
of the
good
most
once it
quotable.
hits your lips. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Vince Vaughn's
Frank the
great.
Tank. Yeah, we're
They're
gonna
all
maybe,
great,
maybe go to
yeah.
Home Depot. Maybe we'll do whatever.
But Beth and Beyond,
My
I don't know
boy
if I'll
Blue.
You were
have time.
streaking. Yeah.
My boy Blue, that was
Boy Blue,
huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole like this thing, like with the little thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bring your green hat.
Yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop-a-loop.
I say it all
Snoop,
the time.
Snoop.
Bring your green hat. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then like the other guys, I would argue that's more of a Mark Wahlberg movie.
I do think I like Mark Wahlberg
I'm
better
not.
in that.
Because that's when you're like, oh, Mark Wahlberg's got some comedic chops.
Yeah. He impressed me with his comedy in that movie.
It's just that. Fuck you, Austin. You love Ted.
Yeah, he's great in Ted. I'm not saying Mark Wahlberg's not good, but like Will Ferrell's amazing in the other guys as the dork, and then
He's great.
also the pimp. Oh, he's got such range in that movie.
Well, the Rock is great in it. I mean, it's a great.
I think that is such an underrated movie. Right?
It's a movie you forget is really
That's on my
funny until
top
you watch
100,
it.
The Other
Really.
Guys. I watch that all the time.
It's definitely like a movie that like, I mean, nobody expected the movie to be good, and it's just like it kind of hit all of us really hard.
It's kind of his last really good movie. I'd
Disagree,
say.
but
Okay.
yeah,
It is crazy to me to think now that Old School came out almost 22 years ago. Jesus Christ.
You have another meltdown.
No, it's just crazy how long ago that was. The other guys was what, 2011?
Yeah,
That's a long time ago.
You should keep looking at the
2010?
ground, and then Austin's gonna cut this with like pictures of you from 25 years ago.
No,
and
I was
then
gonna
as you get older.
I was gonna cut him out and make him slowly fade like a ghost away.
I like that.
It was just gonna be the mic. Yeah. It
Yeah.
just fades away into nothing.
All right, we got to pick one. God, I hate that we have to choose between these two because they both
It's-
should be in the finals.
it
or
has to be
our
Old
final
School.
four. It's got Old School's the
I'm
better
gonna
of the
fight for
two.
Old School.
I'll say Old School as well.
Okay.
Fuck, I love the other
Horrible.
guys.
What a horrible decision.
No, it's not.
I
Disagree.
do like Old School though, but
Old School. I mean, like as a movie, it is a better movie.
that's okay. That's not my.
But also, too, you know what's great about the other guys? That's when you're like, ooh, Michael Keaton's back.
Oh, man,
he's
he
so
launched
good at
that
this.
relaunched Michael Keaton. I feel like.
Yeah, it did. I feel like it made people like remind them about how great Michael Keaton is,
Yeah.
and that he's originally a comedic actor.
Yeah,
and he's
he's
so
a
good in
stand-up
it.
comedian.
I like it.
Hey, I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
so
guy
funny.
comes up to him and is like, Captain, how you doing? Well, my son's bisexual. And then there's a pause. He went, okay, great. And then that's it. I'm like, oh, shit.
Okay, let's watch the other guys. I think
the other guys now.
I don't know, man. This is like a
This was such
I mean, in
bullshit.
terms of a movie, the other guys, but in terms of Will Ferrell's better in Old School.
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go. We'll stay with Old School.
I did like the whole what was his wife Eva Longoria?
Yeah.
this
or
dumb-
Eva Mendes.
She's so
Mendes.
stupid. This dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's like, what the hell?
It's like, what the fuck's going on? Why has he got her? That I love that when you see a guy or a girl and they're dating like way outside their league, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on there?
It's such a funny gag that every woman was gorgeous that they wanted him. He just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's just like, I don't understand.
Yeah, we're just having a meltdown. That's such a you thing.
One of my favorite drunk scenes though is in the other guys too, when he's like, "Let's go
They
get
made
some
a
drinks,
second
like,
one?
a drink over here." He's like, "No," and the other guy's TOO. One. Sorry, I understand why you did that. When he's like, "No, I'm talking about drinking with Terry Hoyt," and then they play that song, "I'm gonna be on the next level," and they
Yeah.
show like all that shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a cool shot, actually. I think about that.
I
shot
love
a
the way
lot.
that's shot. So
How about
cool.
when Mark Wahlberg dances for his ex-girl? Like, he just like, hey, I got to stop here. And he barges into their dance room and starts doing ballet.
Yeah. So
and then
funny.
Will Ferrell's like, he's really upset right now. Like, he tries to back.
Or when they're at the Irish pub and Will Ferrell stops their conversation and starts
enjoying
singing the
it.
most depressing song in the world.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg doesn't question it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
So funny.
That's all right. We'll go.
All right. Old school it is. God,
Okay.
I wish
That's a hard one.
I hate-
That should have been the 1 and 2
it really should have been.
at the end there.
Okay, the number 5 seed Anchorman 2 versus the number 12 seed Zoolander.
Okay. I love Anchorman 1 so much that I think it overshadows how actually funny Anchorman 2 is.
I laughed hard at Anchorman too.
It's really, really
Anchorman 2
funny.
is really good.
And it is a Will Ferrell movie. Zoolander is a Ben Stiller movie.
Agreed.
Right? But he is incredible in it.
I think he's
is.
the best part of Zoolander.
I agree. I think he is the best part. So it is like you're using Will Ferrell at the best of his abilities to almost save a movie, right? But then Anchorman, it's like it is him, it's his thing, but it's just kind of like, like Scream 2 and every better than Scream 1. You know what I mean?
The best part of Zoolander, though, to me, is the walk off.
Mm.
Billy
Yeah.
Zane. Billy Zane was great in that.
Oh,
forgot
I love
Billy Zane was in that. Yeah.
I love the gasoline fight. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's really funny too.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither scene involved Will Ferrell.
No.
It's like it's a walk off.
Right.
It's a walk off. He fucking tries to pull his underwear off while
Yeah.
wearing it. Yeah. Damn, the gasoline scene's hysterical too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Anchorman 2.
I don't like that we're agreeing on everything on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna have to do
No, we'll disagree eventually. I'm
yeah,
sure.
no, this is probably one that's early agree, later disagree.
it. Mhm.
I promise.
Anchorman 2 it is.
Okay, this one's interesting. The number 2 seed Barbie versus the number 15 seed Semi Pro.
Okay. Well, first off, I want to mention this. It is crazy. This is the one thing that is different, but like the majority of these movies happen in such a short period of time. It's really interesting that I feel like a comedic's career is just so short-lived for the most part. Like, who's at we had this conversation before in here. Who is the longest running?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if we talked. Well, we've had.
Yeah,
this
we've had it.
conversation.
What comedian has lasted multiple decades?
Yeah,
I mean,
think
this
me
is
and
probably
you
good,
talked
more
about
than
it.
you'd realize.
Like, still, like Steve Martin's kind of done.
He's very
Steve
good.
Martin had a pretty long one, but now but he's also
Steve Martin
serious
had,
now.
Like 3 decades though.
Yeah.
70s,
But
80s,
movies, I'm
90s.
talking about movies.
Yeah,
That's-
70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
The Jerk came out in the late 70s.
Right.
That's probably his first starring movie.
Right.
And then the 80s. he
What's
did a
his
bunch of
last
things.
great funny, not role, but like movie? Parenthood?
I mean,
That's a
Cheaper
long-
by the Dozen was pretty big.
That was big.
It was
I don't know if
big,
it's
but
that
not
great,
good.
but it was big.
Bowfinger? And I'm gonna let you know, I don't care how much you love. It's not a good movie. I don't know why
Bowfinger?
people love Bowfinger, and I love both those actors, but it's not. But like, I mean, Martin Short. I mean, he's the funniest he's ever been now. But like, no, like Sandler maybe.
But they're both starring in that TV show that's huge.
That's what I'm saying. Movie career wise.
Oh, movie.
Yeah.
career
No, I
wise.
agree.
Well,
No,
I mean,
I hear what you're saying.
life changed though, because I feel like television is like so
Yeah.
respected now. It's
Yeah.
almost like better to be in TV.
Yeah.
All right.
Seth Rogen. I mean, he's almost in 3 decades.
There's a lot of guys. Eddie Murphy's been in 3 decades, successful.
But who's like been consistently that we enjoy as a comedian?
Will Ferrell's going
I
into
mean,
his third
Dane
decade.
Cook put that. I'm just kidding.
Will Ferrell's going into his 3rd decade. Will Ferrell.
Yeah. So maybe it is Will
2000
Ferrell.
I mean, really late 90s to, yeah, I mean, that's a long run.
What's
I
the
mean,
last
Bill Murray
great-
had a long run.
Yeah. They one of those. Probably Bill Murray then maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Jim Carrey, while he was like really dominant in the 90s, he still like made good shit.
But he's back now, kind of, because
Yeah,
everybody loves
exactly.
him in Sonic.
Yeah, The Grinch was 2000.
Yeah, I do like it when a comedian's like, "Oh, I went serious and didn't work out, so let me go the other way. Let me go back."
Jim Carrey's such a
Robin
good
Williams
serious-
bounced back and forth until he died.
Yeah,
True.
He's quite
He
talented.
did it so seamless it didn't make it seem like, oh, this guy's doing a drama again.
No,
Where when other comedic actors went into drama, you're like, all right, here's
What's the
this
last
run.
great like Robin Williams comedy? Man of the Year
Well, he
wasn't
died
good.
in 2015.
Yeah,
I thought people loved that movie.
I didn't think it was. I think it was like just really of the time.
What was Man of the Year again?
That's the
when
one
he
where he's
runs
like
for
he's-
political office.
Yeah, when he's like a late night host.
Oh,
that
I
does.
think I was thinking of the other movie that he was in. What was it?
World's Greatest Dad.
World's Greatest Dad is what I was thinking of.
Oh, I heard that's great. That's a little dark though.
Yeah.
His son jerks off. To
I
death.
thought License
What
to
does the
Wed
son
was-
jerk off to?
I said it jerks off to death. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, I thought
oh, you didn't know that? That's the whole plot.
like kind of broad comedy. I've enjoyed License to Wed, even though a lot of people hated that movie. I thought he was great in it.
I don't know. I'm going to have to look this up. We'll save this question
Yeah.
for another
Okay.
episode. All right. What's the next round?
It's Barbie number 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and
Barbie number 2.
15 is the Semi-Pro.
It's hard to think of Barbie as a Will Ferrell led role, though. You know what I mean?
He's great in it though.
I mean, that came out, 2 years ago? Yeah, he's great in it, but
Semi-pro is like,
Was he like the fourth lead in Barbie?
yeah,
No, he's third. Yeah, he's third.
right.
It's obviously Margot
Ryan-
Robbie,
Ryan, and
Ryan
then,
Gosling, America Ferrara, then Will Ferrell, I'd say.
yeah, I mean, but like, Will Ferrell's more popular than
I mean about popular. I'm talking about the call sheet, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I think the Will Ferrell got the "and" with Will Ferrell, which is like prestigious a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
Are we gonna agree on something?
Semi-pro.
Yeah, we're gonna agree on that one.
gotta be
But
semi-pro.
semi-pro's not very. Remember, it's not really. There's some really funny parts on it. It is more of a drama centered around Woody Harrelson.
It's not his best movie, but I just can't consider Barbie a fucking Will Ferrell movie.
I mean,
I'd rather watch-
Barbie's
I'm not a Barbie hater,
was
but it's-
huge.
No, it was a massive
Did you see
movie.
it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you
It was all right.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Semi-Pro has great quotes though. Some of his best are in that movie.
I just like the jive ass turkey part.
Yeah, you all can eat a big bag of shit.
Yeah.
Then he gets
Yeah.
told he's cut, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah. So semi-pro. Okay. Well,
Semi-pro.
you and I are kind of rolling,
yeah."
lined up on this one.
All right, this one is
Nothing
a
wrong with
killer
that.
for me because these two are both in my top 100. I got the number 7 seed Talladega Nights versus number 10 seed The Campaign.
The camping keeps getting funnier and funnier the more I watch it. If you don't like Big Shoe, fuck you. Come on.
Is the campaign with
Zach
Zach
Galifianakis.
Yes,
Galifianakis.
that is very, very, very funny.
Where he tries to punch Zach Galifianakis and misses and punches the baby.
Yeah,
You remember the snakes biting him too?
Yeah.
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 fuck, that is a very funny movie.
It is.
Talladega.
Dinner table scene with Zach Galifianakis' family was really great.
But
Oh yeah.
I mean, Days of Thunder is one of my favorite movies. And I'm sorry, yes. So, and Talladega Nights is basically a parody of that. And then their table scene was funny too.
That's one of the greatest comedy scenes of all time, I think. Is
Yeah.
that table scene of them praying and then them making out the end, the
Yeah.
grandpa getting
Jesus.
shit on.
Yeah.
I like to pray to the baby Jesus.
Yeah,
Mhm.
8 pounds, 6 ounces with your tiny little balled up fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be Talladega Nights. I remember that movie, everybody was like, because that was his follow up to Anchorman, basically.
Mhm.
And I think everybody was going to be like, a fucking Daytona, like NASCAR movie? God damn it. And then everyone was like, that movie's so good. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like everyone was like, wanted to hate that movie, but it was just,
Yeah, he went on a crazy streak of that and then
uh-huh.
Step Brothers and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Let's go.
Well, we are agreeing on everything
All right,
here.
here's another fucking hard one. The number 3 seed Elf versus the number 14 seed Step Brothers. My
Step
brother's
Brothers.
got-
Sorry.
Step Brothers.
Really?
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I agree. I love
The
Elf.
father of three says
I
Step Brothers.
love Elf. Elf's great, and it's one of my top 5 Christmas movies, I want to say. Maybe
Uh-huh.
top 10. No, top 5. But no, Step Brothers is so fucking good.
That was the movie when you're like, Pharaoh's back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Right. It is. Step Brothers.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. Number
What was that delay about?
Huh?
What's the delay?
I don't know. I
Oh,
think
I
he was
thought you were
waiting.
gonna
If
say
we, I
something.
think
Sorry.
he was like, "Can you say something more interesting, both of you, please?"
No, it's a great movie. John C. Reilly and him have such great chemistry. You believe they're brothers in real life.
Mhm.
The fucking
And it brought us Scott.
Adam Scott.
Adam
Adam
Scott.
Scott's
So good.
great in that. Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
We only play New School Billy Joel. Just funny little gags like that. Plus, like them getting beaten up by a bunch of 12-year-olds and
Right.
stuff. I'm gonna put my balls on your drum kit.
Who's the girl that's in that was at Adam Scott's wife? That's kind of like really
Catherine. Oh, what's her name?
Catherine.
She's huge now.
Not Han. Is it Catherine Hahn?
Catherine Hahn,
Catherine
yes.
Hahn, yeah.
She
She's
was.
great. She's great in that.
I just want to bowl you up in a little ball and put you in my vagina.
Yeah.
She's just crying on him.
Yeah.
She's so funny in that.
She is.
She's funny in Anchorman too. That was the first movie that made me recognize her. Was her in Anchorman?
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Step Brothers.
Step
It has to
Brothers
be
for sure.
Also, like that also gave us Rob Riggle. That's like his first like real movie role outside
Yeah.
of Mad TV or
Was the Pow.
SNL. Yeah. Pow. You know what's great, crazy about that is you can see him reading everybody's lips, and then so he can say the pow. So you see him reading everybody's lines.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so funny.
It's
Okay.
interesting.
Next one. Oh, I did have Stranger Than Fiction on here. Sorry. Well, this
Good
one's
movie.
This one's gonna be easy. Number 6, Stranger Than Fiction versus number 11, Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Good. No discussion needed. Very
No
good.
discussion. Anchorman is
Next round.
the most annoyingly quoted movie of its time.
Yes. Next round. Number 16 seed. Night of the Roxbury versus number 8, Blades of Glory.
That's a hard one. I don't really like John Hader.
John Heater.
Heater. I don't give a fuck. That's how much
Will
I hate
Ferrell
him.
carries that movie enough though for me to still pick Blades of Glory.
You gonna do Blades?
Mm.
But I mean, come on, Night at the Roxbury. It's great.
It's fun.
it's so
fun.
It's like that was the end.
Wait, is that Night at the Roxbury has Colin Quinn in it?
I believe so.
Is Colin Quinn in
Check.
that? Where he plays, there's a scene where the guy goes, "You just grab my ass," and Colin Quinn's like, "Sir, from where I'm standing, there, it's physically impossible." Just like the way he said it was so funny. If that's Night at the Roxbury, then
But I feel like that was the end of like the cartoon-ish comedy, like Billy Madison, Wayne's World type comedy.
He's in it.
He
Colin
is?
Quinn plays Dewey.
okay, then I'm going Night at the Roxbury.
Right.
Nice. Colin Quinn saving the number 16 seed is awesome.
Right. Go Colin Quinn.
All right, here's a great one. Number 13 seed Old School versus the number 5 seed Anchorman 2.
Old school.
Old School.
Ooh.
Yeah, as good as Anchorman 2 is, Old School just. I love the soundtrack to it as well. There's like good music in it, great gags, ensemble cast, some lesser known people who rose the ranks later.
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, Piven's in there.
There's like 2 canceled people from there. Piven and
Piven ain't
Piven's
canceled.
coming back. He got in trouble.
Piven's
though.
uncancelable.
He
It's
got in
Piven.
trouble.
Yeah, Piven's just
And
an
Craig
asshole.
Kilborn.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I opened for Jeremy Piven at the Laugh Factory.
really?
Somewhere in my phone is a picture of me and Jeremy Piven together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think he got mad at me during the second show though.
Oh,
Why?
First show, he was real nice and cool. He was picking me and Kevin Bozeman's brain because we'd been doing it for a while, and he was just starting to fall in love with stand-up. Because he was trying to like, I believed him. He seemed genuine about it when he was like, I didn't want to be one of those actors who's getting into stand-up because what else, all that stuff. He goes, I got asked to do some stand-up at a charity event. Thought it was really cool, and then ever since then, I just really want to sink my teeth into it. And we're like, all right, cool, man, And then the second show, I crushed hard. You know what I mean? But I did the same set as the first show. Just his crowd was great. They were sold out. It was packed. And I remember when I got off stage, he was like, great set, man. I'm like, thanks. And then he goes, maybe a little too great.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if he was like serious or not about it. Cause then he's going up thinking, what the fuck, dude? I got to follow that. What were you trying to do to me? But I wasn't trying to do anything. I'd gone up, they'd switched us in the lap. Like the first show went me, Kevin Bozeman, then Jeremy Piven. Then the next show went Kevin Bozeman, me, then Piven. That was just the vibe I got off him. Anyway, did Craig Kilborn get canceled? Because he was an old school.
He was just an asshole.
As well.
He was just known as being like a hard to work with asshole.
known assholes
Yeah.
on that
Yeah,
side.
known asshole Craig Kilborn. Which is funny because that movie, Old School, was the movie he's just like, I don't need a talk show. I'm a movie star. And then he like kind of left everything for that. And then everyone's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
100%. Which is good. Because then, but that, the best thing about that, it gave us fucking Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because of the Daily Show. But then Craig Kilborn had the late night show.
The late
after
night
Daily
show. But then that gave us
Craig Ferguson.
Craig
who was
Ferguson,
great in
So
that
who's
role.
great in that.
Actually, CBS would have been smart to just give Craig Ferguson the Tonight Show, but they gave it to Colbert instead.
Oh, you mean
And
the
I
Late
think
Show?
the
Or
Late Show.
whatever, yeah.
Well, because that's why. So it went when Letterman retired. Everyone thought, oh well, Craig Ferguson has the show after Letterman. Maybe they'll just bump him up to that spot, but they didn't. They didn't think they wanted someone with a higher profile name, so they went with Stephen Colbert. And then Ferguson was like, well, I'm not just staying in this shitty time slot anymore. Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because you disrespected me.
Well, I
And
also
then they
think-
brought us James Cordron.
Yeah. Well, I think that Ferguson would have been weird.
I don't know, man. Whenever I see clips of Ferguson from that run, it was like funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
okay
just
there,
happened?
Austin?
Yeah. The camera went out.
Oh, okay. We can keep talking. That's good.
Should we keep talking to keep get going?
What movies were we talking about?
Fucking
We need
who knows,
Austin here.
man.
Austin, we need you.
I'm lost without you, Austin.
I'm lost without. Oh, we're talking about Old School,
Lost
and
without
we're talking
you.
about Craig Ferguson being in that, and yeah, he's like a known asshole.
Yeah, well, Craig Kilborn's an asshole. You
That's
said
what I meant. I
Ferguson.
said
Yeah,
Ferguson.
Well, that movie also launched Ellen Pompeo. You know who she is?
No, I don't.
She's the female lead in it,
Okay.
and she's the star of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy was
Good pull.
in that.
God, Joe. Good pull in that
Thank
one.
you. Thank you. Also, guy, can we talk about how funny the band is in Old School?
Yeah.
The band that drops casual swear words.
Yeah.
It's like, every now and then I fall apart. I said, fucking every now and then I fall apart.
All right, we're good
Fucking need you more than ever. I can't
Okay.
sing.
So it was Old School.
Fucking need you now tonight.
now. Is that the wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's
It's
that
like,
is
you're the
great. I
lady,
forgot.
Marissa. You're the lady.
Yeah.
And then Luke Wilson gives that speech where it's like, Frank's dad's here. I haven't seen him in like 20 years. Then they go to an old guy just giving a thumbs up. It's like, you think you find true love, then a fucking guy comes out of a closet ready to double team your girlfriend. Like
Yeah.
a goddamn match. And then Vince Vaughn grabs the mic.
Yeah, he goes, okay, it's going from over here. Now it's going over here now.
Yeah,
We're over
yeah,
here
yeah.
now.
I think what my friend Mitch means to say, that love is blind.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone raise your glasses. I'm not a talker. I'm not a talker.
Yeah. So, okay, I think so. It's going to be Old School.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Semi-Pro versus Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
This is too easy.
Fine, man. Who cares,
This is
man?
too easy.
Sometimes we need an easy one too.
Yeah.
Well, here's a hard one. Number 14 seed Step Brothers versus the number 11 seed Anchorman.
Oh. Are we doing Anchorman unrated, or are we doing?
I'd say any of them are up for grabs.
Okay.
There's also a Step Brothers unrated. So
I know. All right. Okay, let's say this is my argument. Step Brothers was a movie that came out and people are like, "Oh, Anchorman, Will Ferrell's back." Like they used Anchorman to express how good Step Brothers is. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. And I'm on board because
And like Anchorman brought us Paul Rudd.
yeah, Paul
His Renaissance.
It was Paul Rudd's Renaissance. You're right.
Stephen Carell.
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Steve Carell.
Yeah,
Steven,
because
his full name.
him being in that is what gave him the star and lead in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Koechner's great in that too.
Dave Kettner. I mean, he's always.
Christina Applegate.
That was her kind of comeback
Yeah,
as
'cause
well.
she started starring in a lot of movies after that.
And we got Vince Vaughn in there too later
Yeah,
on.
Vince-
One of the best cameo scenes in movie history is in Anchorman
Mm-hmm.
when they're fighting all the other news networks.
You got Ben Stiller
Vince
in there.
Vaughn, Ben Stiller,
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, Luke Wilson. I
Right.
mean, it's endless.
Uh-huh.
Jack Black has a cameo in that.
Right.
He's great in that.
And also Anchorman, like it came after Old School, and everyone's like, you can't top Old School. And it was during when everyone was either an Anchorman fan or everybody was a Dodgeball fan.
Yeah, see, like there was a great run of comedies in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
A great run that started probably with Old School in 03 and then maybe ended with what Superbad in 08.
It's
or
like the
something
Todd
like
Phillips
that.
era, right? When Todd Phillips had that kind of like
Yeah.
style.
Because he had The Hangover was Todd Phillips, right?
Right. But before that, but then all the movies kind of had that, like when Apatow came out,
Yeah.
came over, and everyone was kind of doing the Apatow thing, right?
That's true.
So it was like, that was like the Todd Phillips-ish era. Todd Phillips and like,
Bridesmaids.
huh?
Those two movies, Hangover and Bridesmaids, is what changed.
But
After that, it was like,
Bridesmaids, to me, Bridesmaids is the transitional movie because that's a Judd Apatow produced movie, and that movie had some serious parts in it, and it was kind of long. So to me, Bridesmaids is the movie that was an end of that era, of the Todd Phillips era, and then switched us into like the Apatow, like long kind of dramedy type movies. To me,
we
personally.
need to bring back. There's been a couple movies that have gone under the radar that I wish people saw. Game Night was so funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Even Ricky Stenicki is.
I heard that was good, but I miss good fucking comedies.
Dude, Barbra
man.
Star Vista Del Mar is one of the funniest comedies of the 2020s.
Is that?
It's
I
so
gotta
funny.
watch that. I started
It
it one
is
night
old
and I was
school
falling
Austin
asleep,
Powers, like that era.
though. Yeah,
You got to watch it.
MacGruber was great.
Gruber.
Anyway, we got to get back to this though. I'm sorry, man. Fucking, I just wish comedies were back.
Mm-hmm.
So which one? Is
I'm going Anchorman on that one.
Anchorman as well.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right, this is the cool four. All right, the number 16 seed Night at Roxbury versus number 13 seed Old School.
I'm so happy that Night at Roxbury made it as long.
I can't believe it did.
I can't believe it did either. I think that just shows how much we love that movie and how much people need to watch it. But Chris Kattan's in that. There's really no story to it.
Chris Kattan was in Chicago tonight.
I heard.
You heard that?
Uh-huh.
I know because comedian DJ Ribsky
Uh-huh.
had a picture with him and he just bumped into him when he was walking down the street.
I know Chris Kattan had like ice cream all over his mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you gonna do him dirty like that?
Yeah, dude, you could have waited.
Right. Also,
Yeah.
Chris Kattan just looks like.
Also, why are you eating ice cream outside? It's 45 degrees, Chris Kattan.
Yeah, what are you doing, Chris
It's not
Kattan?
ice cream weather.
Right.
Fucking dude,
Jenny's, you can get that anywhere. Where are you going?
come
What
on.
are you doing? It's better ice cream places.
Much better. Because of that, Night at the Roxbury's out. Old School,
Yeah, Old School.
definitely.
I think I have a feeling it's gonna be the
You won't
two.
catch Luke Wilson eating ice cream randomly on a cold Chicago day.
I bet you now you will.
Yeah, you said that, and I'm like,
I bet you 100%. What's the last good Owen Wilson movie?
I said Luke Wilson, but you're right.
I'm sorry, Luke Wilson. I meant
was
Luke
that?
Wilson.
I mean, that was so long ago.
What the fuck was the last good
Middle
Luke Wilson
Man?
movie?
What?
I
That's
don't
where he
even
was.
know.
It was a true story with the guy where he was like probably the guy that came up with like the paywall thing for porn. So you can. Has nobody ever seen Middleman?
No.
It's him and I think
I
Giovanni
haven't
Ribisi's.
even
I
heard
think.
of it, Jonah.
Oh, it's a good little like action comedy. It's fun. It's not very. It's good.
It's good. It's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Next one here. The number 7 seed Talladega Nights versus number 11 seed Anchorman.
I go
Okay.
Anchorman.
I don't know. Talladega Nights is.
Look, it's great, and I know
Talladega Nights is a better movie. It has a better story. has a good villain in it. There's no real villain.
Dude, yes.
Right.
I forgot about Sasha.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen's in it, and like it actually has a
Andy Richter's in it too.
Andy Richter.
Anchorman has a better ending.
What? No, the ending of Talladega where they run and then they make out at the end in front of everybody.
Stupid. Yeah. It's not homophobic, by the way. Don't give me a look. It's just the running part is dumb. Them making out, sure, that's great. Loved it. But no, I'm sorry. The ending to Anchorman is so funny.
Proves you loved it. Jerk off to it right now. We're gonna put it
We're gonna put it up.
I'm gonna put a picture on.
Pull it up, you
Prove
guys.
how much you liked it.
For the Patreon.
Prove your
Patreon.
prove your
Joe jerks
prove you're
off
okay
in
with the gays.
Talladega
At this
Nights.
point, I will jerk off if it means X amount of money on Patreon.
But you have to jerk
If we
off
get
to Talladega
$1,000
Nights,
a month on Patreon, I will jerk off. On
That's a
video.
great charity stream. Joe jacks off to Talladega Nights, raising money for charity.
Comes in the opening credits.
Yeah.
No, I think I still have to go Anchorman. I love the Anchorman, especially in the ending when he's the whole bear at the zoo thing, and then Vince Vaughn being like, "Today we spell redemption, R-O-N," and then he drops the microphone. Baxter coming back and Baxter talking to the bear. That's fucking awesome.
That's stupid.
No, that you're stupid.
You
You're
said
How
the
about
running
that?
out of the cars is stupid, but the dog
You're
talking to
fucking
the bear
no, because
is
it's
not?
a race car movie. Stay in your goddamn vehicle.
No, and then they lose. Like they don't win. Then John C. Reilly wins, and it's not like hacky. It's not like he let him win. He accidentally let him win, and it's happy. And John C. Reilly's crying.
It's a better movie. But I think we're talking about like
Dude, Anchorman to me is, I don't fucking know, man. You even said that Talladega Nights is kind of a parody of Days of Thunder.
right.
Right. Anchorman to me was so fucking original because it was like 70s newscasters, like just in the fucking voiceover narrator being Bill Curtis.
But it did feel like one long sketch.
I don't understand
That's
you.
a good. I mean, that's a good point. It's still good though.
Yeah.
Like I get what you're saying.
What? I'm trying to help you out, and you're
No,
fucking
I
dumb.
get what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
About it being one long
you out.
sketch. Yeah.
Anchorman has Sex Panther. Done deal.
It was a little stings the nose. when you saw
Stings
it.
the nostrils. And it has the scene where it's like, I
The
threw a
working out
trident
thing?
and killed the guy. I saw that.
Yeah.
Brick killed the guy.
We killed the guy.
I've been meaning to tell you. You
I
should-
love Lamp.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Yeah.
Those characters, so good. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. San Diego
That was
is
great.
German for a whale's vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
When in Rome. I don't think you're using it right. No.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
When in Rome. Yeah, it's Anchorman.
But I would say, but I will say, Anchorman. There are like the flute scene. You're like, I could walk out for a little bit.
I
could
was
leave
literally thinking
for a
of the flute
little
scene.
bit.
I don't like that scene.
Yeah, there's not really anything in Talladega Nights where you're like, I can skip this part.
Dude, there's a goddamn panther in the car. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I put it there.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's good. Who's the dad? That guy rocks.
yeah.
Gary Cole.
Yeah, he's so good in that
Good
movie.
pull on that one. He's great in that.
Yeah.
And there's like a nice little story about why he's like such a piece of shit.
It's definitely like I see what it is like a movie.
And there's
Like
more.
a-
There's
like an
more
arc, while
personal.
Anchorman
There's an
is
arc.
like an
There's
asshole.
more personal growth. Anchorman's just like women suck and I want to fuck them.
And I'm not saying that's bad.
It's not bad. I'm not saying I don't agree with that.
Look,
I'm just saying.
I'm still picking Anchorman. Talladega Nights, though, you're right. The father, Gary Cole, who's great in everything he's in. And what a career. When Will Ferrell says to him, "You always said, Dad, if you ain't first, you're last," and he goes, "I've said that?" That's not even true. Yeah, it was. You could take second. You could take third. There's plenty of
Hell,
other
you could
places.
be fifth. I say that all the time. Hell, you could be fifth.
Yeah.
Have you ever
was such a funny-
misremembered something like that where it kind of changed everything for you? Where you're like, fuck, I was kind of living my life by that for a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Dumb question.
I've
That's a great
believed.
question.
I've had
That's
some.
a great fucking question.
I remember believing cats had 9 lives. Up until,
Really?
Up until an embarrassing age.
What's that? Last year?
No, I was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
And I even lied to someone once, being like, it was like an adult I lied to.
Really?
I was like, I've got a cat. It's got 7 lives left. It died once by getting hit by a car. It died once by, I was completely lying. I didn't
Right.
even have a cat. I
Yeah.
didn't know I was lying to this guy. I think I was bored that afternoon,
And that poor guy, that guy was like, oh my God, I think that kid's murdering cats.
Yeah.
I
This is
gotta,
the stupidest kid I've ever
I
met in
gotta
my
really
life.
keep an eye on this
Jeffrey
kid.
Dahmer.
Yeah, I also...
That guy ended up writing the book for Dexter. And that's you started the show. You inspired the show.
yes, don't kill people, kill cats.
Uh-huh.
I like that. No, I would never kill a cat. That's horrible. You're a cat lover, too.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Because you look... I don't know. No one knows how your cats died, by the way.
Huh?
Nobody knows how your
Of
cats
old
died.
age. They're 16.
Okay.
But you also were like, I'd never kill a cat. You look down, you go, I would never kill a cat. And then you look at me in this weird way, you go, that's horrible.
Kill this
It sounded like you said that you murdered my cats.
No, I'm saying that Jonah killed his own.
Why would I kill my own cats when I have arguably looked to see if I can clone them? Why would I kill something and then want to clone it?
You did do that.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're like the guy that's like, I've never taken steroids.
No.
As you're screaming and
Yeah.
throwing
No.
Yeah.
Why would you clone something you murdered? You murder the thing because you hate the thing. You don't then clone it. So I guess unless you wanted to keep murdering something.
Yeah.
Ooh, that should be good. That should be a thing. That should be a service. Where you get to murder after somebody dies, you can clone them as many times as you want, so you can just keep killing them
Because they're already off the books.
because they're already off the books. So then you're getting away with murder. You also like you're fixing that thirst. Do you know what I mean? I think we're onto something here.
I'm thirsty. You're right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
What?
Final round. Championship.
No, nothing's been picked yet.
I just said we're picking Anchorman over Talladega Nights.
You said that, but there's two people in this podcast.
All right,
Joe.
fine, you guys. Outvote me then. Make me feel like a fucking loser again.
Joe's crying again.
Over Anchorman. He's like, do the thing.
Can
where you
anything
do the
go
phone
right
booth.
in my life?
Do the phone booth.
I'm
thing.
in a glass case of emotion.
There you go.
I think that's how that goes.
Yeah.
By the way,
The man killed Baxter.
we are gonna break you someday, and you are gonna cry in this podcast. One of these days, I'm gonna fucking break you.
One of these days.
I'm gonna go with Anchorman.
nice.
I will go with Anchorman, I think.
What?
Yeah,
All
I'm sorry.
All this bullshit and you flip?
Yeah,
You're a
just
dick.
trying to help you. It's always gonna be Anchorman. What are you talking about?
Come on now.
You're a piece of shit.
I have Anchorman in 4K. I don't have Talladega Nights. You know why? Because they haven't made Talladega Nights in 4K because
That
what
should
a
be the
horrible
fucking tell.
twist that was. Fuck you, Jonah. I thought we worked so we all know it's gonna win, so it didn't matter this round. Fuck.
I did mean everything I said about Talladega Nights, though. I love that movie. It is a much better movie, but Talladega Nights, you can't just. I think Anchorman works better. Like, you know, if you walk into a room, it's plain. You know exactly where you're at in the movie. You know what jokes are coming up. I don't think Talladega Nights is like that as much.
Yeah, because that's a sketch. You just described a sketch.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So I think it has better staying power.
Move on.
What?
Bullshit.
I mean, how many times do you watch Godfather in a day? In a day. I mean, me only twice. You know, like.
Okay. All right. The number 13 seed, which is crazy. Number 13 seed, Old School, versus the number 11 seed, Anchorman. Both double-digit seeds.
It's gonna be a hard one. I'm kind of interested on Joe on this one. You have your new best friend Jeremy Piven in that. Have you seen PCU,
Vince
by
Vaughn
the
was
way?
my boss at one point.
Vince Vaughn was your boss.
That what? Oh, I forgot about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Joe was an extra on a television show.
Not an extra. I was a stand-in. I was in the union.
Yeah.
But I will say that
Difference.
I
Part of the
recorded.
cast and crew.
I recorded every single episode, and I had it on my DVR for years
Good find.
because you were on it. Because I always looked for you every single time, and I said, "It's my buddy Joe."
Appreciate that, dude. Fuck, man, I really love Old School, but Anchorman, I think
Old School is a better movie.
Is Old School a better movie than
It's a
Anchorman?
better movie. It has a story to it. It's
Yeah,
it's
with Blue
great.
Guys. Oh my god.
Right.
And Will Ferrell sings during.
How
that?
about this? Okay, let's not talk about movie or like.
I'm going to go with Old School because that was the movie that really brought in that new era of comedy.
It did.
You know what I mean? I feel like
I don't think we'd have Will Ferrell if we didn't have Old School.
I feel like the mid-'90s had a great run of comedies with, like, you know, Billy Madison, Tommy Boy, Happy Gilmore. The Austin Powers movies were fun. I'm sure I'm missing a few other comedies in that run. Something About Mary, like Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
And then I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like 98 to like 02, 03 wasn't like a lot of good.
What are you talking
comedy
about?
wise?
What? You have Road Trip in there? You have
Road Trip's
American Pie,
01.
American Pie 2?
American Pie's 98.
Yeah.
American Pie 2 is 201.
You have Can't Hardly Wait. That's the teen
Although
comedy.
it was teen comedy era. This
Right.
brought adult stuff back in because I like every movie you just said.
Yeah.
But I feel like Old School brought in a new era of adult comedies, like rated R comedies.
That's what I'm saying. Todd Phillips era.
Yes.
Right.
A Road Trip is Todd Phillips.
Right. That's
which-
beginning, right?
that was
And
the
then
beginning, I guess.
yeah.
So it was Road Trip 01 or 02. But yeah, but Old School is really, yeah.
Okay, so before we decide that,
I did love
what
Anchorman,
what
though.
cast is better? Arguably, what cast is better? I think Anchorman's got the better cast.
I think Anchorman has a better cast too.
Yeah, but
Vince Vaughn has a bigger role in Old School, and that means a lot.
true.
Because Vince Vaughn's great.
Vince Vaughn is great in that, and that brought us Vince Vaughn. I mean, that Old School did.
Alicia Cuthbert's also in Old School.
Oh yeah,
Kind of launched her. Without
Yeah.
that, she doesn't get the star in Girl Next Door, which I love that movie.
just watched that movie the other day. Pretty good.
Timothy Olyphant is so good in that.
So good.
Yeah.
You forget how long he's
Guy's
been
the
around.
tits. That's
Yes,
what he
this
says.
guy's
That-
the tits.
This guy's the tits. Yeah, he's been around for a long
Yeah.
time. He was in Scream too.
Ooh, look at you, smoke show.
Yeah.
I was scanning for lines in my
Oh,
head.
me too. I was thinking of some good lines.
Yeah.
Or like when he like grabs him and rips him out of school, and then he just turns around and goes,
You stay in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or when those jocks are sitting on his car, he's like, cool car, huh? He's like, yeah, if you're and he says a bad word,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he fucking kicks his ass.
Yeah. He goes, sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit.
I like the whole snap point. I gotta start snapping and pointing at people more
You
often.
do it. How many times? Let's do a montage. How many fucking times do you do it in this podcast?
I'm a great snapper, though. You hear that sound?
Yeah.
That's music.
I feel like it's too high. It feels almost
Shut
bitchy.
the come on, man.
You have like a higher snap.
You
It's
know I'm
like
going through
it's
some
bitchy.
stuff right now. I don't
know.
need this. I don't need
It
this.
does-
I
fine.
don't.
You can tell you've been going through things because your snap does feel a little weaker. I will say. That was good.
Thank
See,
you.
you're coming back already.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
I just need motivation. I appreciate you being there for me as a friend.
Okay. So Anchorman, better cast comedically, but also, I mean, like,
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
but Old School has better actors. There's no Anchorman.
I mean, Steve Carell.
I
is
think old
amazing
school, dude. You
actor.
think of all the
He is an amazing
women
actor, that's
in
right,
old
you're right.
school too that have great careers on their own too.
True.
Because you have Ellen Pompeo went on to star in Grey's Anatomy, which is an insanely successful show.
Mm-hmm.
You have Leah Remini, who told us about the dangers of Scientology. Alicia Cuthbert went on to be in like 24, and then in A Girl Next Door, and then that show Happy Endings you love so much.
I do.
Which helped get Adam Pally, who you also love so much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice little fucking domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the guy who plays Will Ferrell's wife that he marries in it. She went on to co-star in Entourage.
Mm-hmm.
She plays Jeremy Piven's wife.
Right.
I'm sure there's some other ones I'm missing, but it was just like top to bottom, really good stuff.
See to be.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Also, you see bare breasts in the movie Old School. I don't think you see bare breasts in Anchorman.
Right, because it doesn't need to go down to that level to get eyes.
You know, reminding the world of the beauty of the female body, always a good thing.
But okay, if there's no Old School, there's probably no Anchorman,
So it's Old School.
right? And if there's no Old School, there's no Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Oh
Right?
my God, it's so good. That would top everything. For
Yeah,
me
yeah.
On this list.
And then also, if Old School didn't do what it did, there's no way that we'd have The Hangover.
True.
And then also, we wouldn't have Joker.
Yeah.
On that note,
Right.
Or Joker too.
Yeah, or War Dogs.
Was War Dogs also Todd Phillips?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Hell yeah. All right, then Old School's the winner.
Old
We love
School.
Anchorman, but Old School is the best Will Ferrell movie.
All the kids are gonna be upset
We
about that
said
one.
it, so it's been done. I know. It's going to
I
be
agree though.
millennials are going to go with us. Gen Z is going to go the other way, I feel
My
like.
uncle would agree.
And you're Gen Z.
Yeah, I liked. My Talladega is my number one, but it went pretty far.
That's why he's the producer and he's not the talent.
No, he's a talented fellow, though.
Thank
He's a
you,
very
Joe.
talented fella.
Yeah, with huge balls.
That's right. My
And a
sack is exploding.
and a perfectly sized sack for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you rather have huge balls and a little sack than tiny balls and a huge sack?
The tiny balls in a huge sack seems terrible.
Right, because you'd hear them ding along in around, right?
Yeah.
You hear them.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
Are they like the magnetic marble things?
Just
on
so much
people's desks?
skin.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much loose skin. Like if you hooked up with a woman and she noticed how big your scrotum was, but your balls were small, she'd be like, "You used to be really fat."
Right.
Yeah,
You
she'd
have all
be
this extra
chewing on
skin.
them
And
balls.
it wouldn't be like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be banging off of her. It'd just be kind of laying there like this.
Yeah.
Because there's no weight to kind of like
Yeah.
like there's no
No
pendulum swing.
momentum to go back
Right,
and forth.
right.
No, I said she'd be chewing on them instead of sucking them.
Oh
There's
right.
nothing to suck. You just chew on.
Should be
the
flicking them
skin.
actually. I think it's been like this or probably this.
That's been the podcast for this week, everybody. I was going to congratulate Jonah at the beginning for doing a wonderful job. They had a very successful Blackout Diaries taping,
Mm-hmm.
and now they got to go to hard at work at producing or getting the post-production work done, editing, and all that good stuff. So hopefully it'll be at a streaming service near you. I don't know why I had an accent all of a sudden.
Right.
But yeah, dude. So congrats on that. I got to see the Late Show. It was fantastic. The comedians were great. You were gret.
Yeah, I just a quick shout out. I just want to do a shout out for all the performers that went, that all flew in to do it. It was incredible. For instance, Chris Red was so funny. John Gabris, thank you for doing the show. Baron Vaughn, Maddie Weiner, who's absolutely incredible. Megan Gailey, who's just a beast. Ryan O'Flanagan, who's one of my new favorite people in the entire world. Maddie Ryan, Erica Clark, thank you so much for supporting the show. And Molly Kearney, one of my favorite, absolute best friends in the world. I'm so happy that they got a chance to do it too. So thank you.
Hell yeah.
None of you that listen to the podcast. Not one of you guys listen to the goddamn podcast.
Can you imagine one of them's made it this far? I was like, oh.
Finally.
Right,
I was
yeah.
wondering if
None of them have
mention
been on
me.
the goddamn podcast. We got to get one of them on as a guest.
I know.
Well, thank you for listening to Let's Get Dumb, everybody. Tell your friends. We love you. Cheers.
Cheers.